Huples Cat, just a quick update video on a few things, like the solar panel and the house, scaffolding and the fan. So we bought a big ass fan, quite a lot of money, but everything we read about it said these things work really well and it should drop the HVAC power requirements for air conditioning in the summer by about 20%. One of the interesting things about this fan is that while it can go in reverse, the manufacturers ask you not to. They just say run it very, very slow in the summer and that has the same effect. Well, it's kind of summer in here most of the time, and yeah, it's pretty good. If you go online and look at bigassfans.com, I believe it's an American company, you'll find out that a lot of people will argue and criticize them for two major reasons. One is they use plastic components. The reason for that is, as you can see, this is a high velocity fan, and actually metal will actually wear out quicker than plastic. The other people complain about dismantling it. The electrician who put it in for me showed me how to dismantle it, and I will never ever be doing that. So far Starlink's in and working quite well at a reasonable cost per month. The fan really makes it cool here. Those of you who are observant will notice that the scaffolding, so long a permanent feature of this house, has been dismantled and is currently lying under a pile of snow outside. The reason for that is because when they dismantled it yesterday, when I told them to, when they came to fix the cupboards, yay, cupboards fixed, and backsplash changed. We were expecting 15 to 25 centimeters of snow overnight. So anyway, good luck to them digging that out of there. So just removing the scaffold allowed us to use the space a little differently. And because we still have the fire on and it's pleasant, we've put our sofa there. But of course our sofa is going to go into our room eventually. Marmalade Kitten Cat, there she goes. So the sofa is going to go somewhere in here eventually, and all of this stuff will eventually go into our half of the barn when we have space to put it in. So when we woke up this morning, these trails, which were kind of icy and disappearing yesterday, were full of snow, from blowing snow. We had circular wind patterns last night, but no tornado. So the first thing I had to do this morning, after Kitty let Wolfie out, who jumped out the door too quick and ended up swimming in snow, much to his disgust, after cutting a little path for him, was to come and put the panels back from the vertical so they can catch the sun and generate some power. And you can see there is snow on them. Because it went to rain, ice and snow, it's almost impossible to prevent that. But it's not the deep, thick snow, which is what I had the other time, which really is the big problem. And I'll show you the difference between angling panels. You're going to get pretty much almost zero power out of panels like that unless you actually physically scrape them. As you can tell, it's pretty windy. So we've been digging out a pathway to get to the woodshed because everything's designed around the original house, not the new house at the moment, and that'll have to change in the spring, summer, so we actually have stuff more convenient. But yeah, Kitty got to this point. I'm going to continue onwards to clear a path to get to the woodshed, and then I'll show you what we do for the post lady. You can see this takes a while, so what I did was I walked across because Kitty couldn't find the path. The path's a lot easier to dig out than the rest of it, so I wanted to find the path, so I did. Make sure you take frequent breaks. Apart from that, you don't want to sweat because you'll get cold. This is really strong physical exertion, and you can die of a heart attack. One of the things I like doing is actually clearing space for the post lady. As you can see, the ploughs kind of fill the driveway in. I'll let the neighbour with the tractor do this part of the driveway. And this is the post box. So I'll show you what I do. Our post lady drives from this way, and it's nice for her to drive straight in, access the mail, and drive straight out. So I'm going to finish that off. So I'm just going to leave it because we're not planning to go anywhere today apart from a little walk on trails and on the road, and we're not going to snowshoe, taking a break from that. So yeah, have lots of breaks, keep hydrated, don't overheat, lay down, if you sweat stop, and think of other people. Think of the post lady, think of the delivery boy, think of all that stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of snow down, yeah, it's a lot of work, but you can sit on your ass and let other people struggle to help you out and serve you. Or you can actually look at the world and think, boy, am I being selfish without realising it? And this is the kind of thing, building easy in and easy out for the post lady, anybody else who wants to drop mail off, is one of those simple things. Just requires a bit of thought and a bit of effort. And if you want to use a mechanical snowblower or a tractor for this sort of thing, be my guest. Gasoline costs a lot of money, you're causing pollution, and frankly you're missing out. You're missing out on a really good exercise. So one of the other things you have to do later on is remove the snow from the car, dig out around underneath it, make sure the exhaust is clear, make sure there's enough space at the back to back it out and drive away. Anyway, I guess the neighbours already accessed wood after the fall, so I don't need to really scoop this out. I will later on. I just want to show you where the satellite dish is for the Starlink. When you get one of these, everything comes in the kit. It's like 700 Canadian to get it. Pretty good stuff. And what the neighbour's done is they've put it out in the garden to test it to make sure it worked before they install it. And I believe they're planning to install it on top of the studio, which would be a good place for it, because every time it gets a foot of snow on, we lose internet. And plus there's a wire going along here, and so far, touch wood, the propane generator's working. So all's good. This video has been brought to you by a Tiny Terry Production 2022.